said, let's start doing the collective reading. Hi everybody, I'm the Grace Strega, and we are here to do the collective reading for today. What do we have coming in after this weekend? We're starting our week off quick. We've got some hidden cards popping up, but not all hidden. Can I please get 3 more cards for the first row? I like this energy a lot. All right, what else do we have coming up here right now, please? Can I please get 2 more cards for the first row? 2 more cards, please. Up, and there they are, coming through fast. Okay, so here's what's interesting about this. We've got 4 cards coming through, and then we've got a hidden card at the beginning. I'm seeing immediately the middle card that we're seeing around this is, I love this. We keep hitting these completion cards, 10 of Pentacles. But this is a beautiful completion card because this says that today is a day that, yes, things are closing around you, but things are closing around you so new cycles can begin, new opportunities, new social circles, new friends, everything new. So everything is really coming through, and there's a lot of positivity and a lot of profit, like maybe even like financial profit to be had here. This is saying to me that yes, that you've reached this point, that there is this completion, but then you find at the end of this completion this whole new world that's opening up around you. And this is something we've been seeing in the cards, this completion happening for several weeks now. There is a lot of energy around this, though, that we need to talk about, because I feel like some of the energy around this is still a little hairy. We've been seeing this as well. We do see that one of the things happening around this 10 card is a lot of new opportunities. There's a lot of people around you right now. This energy that is very like fun, that feels almost youthful, that really kind of wants to engage with you right now and offer you these new things. And you're feeling this, you're vibing with this, because this is kind of this new place that you find yourself. It's not all perfect, though. And here's why it's not all perfect. It's not all perfect because we also still have a King of Wands energy nearby. And this is going to hit a little differently depending if you connect to masculine or feminine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel more aligned to. For the feminine energy right now, this could talk about the fact that your attention is still very much driven around a particular masculine that is not in communication with you. Not only are they not in communication with you, but it's almost like you worry that when they do communicate, it's not necessarily the best of communication. So it's almost like a darned if you do, darned if you don't situation where like you're waiting for the communication to come in, but you're also a little anxious about the communication coming in because you're not sure what it's going to say or how it's going to react. But this is also what I feel like you're kind of moving away from right now. As, you know, along with this new energy that's all over or around you right now, that's much more fun and lighthearted. You're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, because I almost feel like this new energy feels a little like it's not necessarily capturing your more like cerebral interests, whereas the ones that does isn't necessarily really talking. This will hit a little different right now in terms of masculine energy. This could really indicate, masculines, that you need to be a little cautious, that this is energy that's around you right now, that something has got you in a place where you just feel like you can't communicate. You just feel like you have no way to communicate. And you're also like you're a little uncertain about your plan, which is interesting given the fact that you see all these new opportunities around you happening. So it's almost like you're looking at these new opportunities, you're looking at these completions, but you're not really feeling empowered to engage in them. And we're also seeing around this energy with this masculine, just the desire to move, to leave, to literally, like for some of this masculine energy, like just literally go away, go to a different place entirely. Because it's that desire for trying to find a place that is going to kind of be that source of like profit and ability for you. For feminine energy, this is really saying that, you know, this masculine energy is one that is got you like just in a moment, like you don't know what's going on with it, you haven't heard from it, and really it's like a part of you is like, you know, while you want something to happen with it, you also realize that like it would be a burden, like you're the only one, you would have to do all of the work, you would have to do all of the heavy lifting to make that happen. And also, it also indicates to me that that energy, if it were to come towards you, would have to do a lot of work to fix things, for given where you find it. Like, it would be a massive amount of work to even deal with that energy right now because of the way you feel about it. And you're really asking yourself, like, you know, even if they were to come through, what they would need to do right now to make up for like what's happened is pretty monumental. There's a hidden card here we're going to look at, and this is the first card in the whole thing. You're still battling yourself about this energy to a certain extent. There's a lot of conflict in these cards right now, a lot of uncertainty. I'm seeing two different options here. People are weighing options about like the old energy, this like non-communication versus coming forward. And it's a bit rough. The energy, I'm going to say, we're in eclipse season. This is rough. We've got the battle, like the battle to stand your ground or the battle to move forward. That's on either side of this. All right, we're going to keep going right now. We're now going to clarify down to 4 cards. So in terms of clarifying between these, we got 2 cards coming up here. Clarifying right now, Ivy. Okay, yeah. Clarifying right now between this struggle, right? This internal struggle around these new energies coming towards you right now, these new opportunities, these new offers, is you don't want them. A lot of you don't want this energy. A lot of you don't want this new energy. A lot of you want to bring back the past. We've been seeing this a lot, guys. What you really want is you want a happy outcome on something that is closing out. That you want something that it feels like it's dead to come back, to reemerge. And that's the energy that we're seeing right now. It's still holding on hope. There's still that hope. You're fighting against this new energy because you're holding out hope about something that's ended coming back. I mean, the question is whether you're doing something about it or not, or if there's something to be done, right? Because I think it's going to hit a little differently right now around feminine or masculine energy, considering where we see the masculine energy. Because if the masculine energy wants that to come forward, they need to start communicating. But let's keep going. Clarifying right now between the Page of Cups. Woo! Okay, we've got a lot of cards jumping out. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what's happening. And here's more masculine energy. Okay. We've got these new exciting possibilities coming up. These new offers and this like new world of opportunities that a lot of you find yourself in right now. It's kind of like things are open, the market is open, the possibilities are there. But a lot of energy right now is still suffering. Like we still see that there's suffering occurring. And again, this is going to hit a little differently depending if you connect to masculine or feminine energy. If you connect to feminine energy right now, it could be the fact that you are grieving because potentially I think that you expected this King of Wands to come forward as a King of Cups. And it's like almost this fact that like you're feeling the grief of waiting for this King of Cups to arrive, waiting for this energy, waiting for someone who you can kind of connect with. And I love the King of Cups because the King of Cups is someone, a masculine energy that has room for their feminine feelings. Like not the femininity is the feelings are feminine, but like the emotionality, being able to contain that, the masculine and the feminine, and being able to bear their emotions and express their emotions. This is what the feminine is waiting for right now, and they're feeling a lot of grief or anxiety about whether they're going to find it. Now, this is very simple. You guys see this, right? These are the cards that popped up together. Yeah, wanting something to come back and feeling grief that something wasn't what it was. For masculines right now, this is hitting a little differently because I feel like you're going through something where you can't communicate right now. And you're feeling a lot of grief. And you're sitting in this grief because you're trying to make room for your emotions. You're trying to get to this point right now where you can handle the emotionality that you're feeling. And you're just kind of sitting with it right now, hoping to find a way to get, it's actually, this grief is actually allowing the masculine to get more in tune with their feminine emotions. And that's also why I think potentially that the masculine is holding off right now on communication, because they're trying to find a way through their grief to be able to express what they want to express. Interesting. Clarifying right now between the Ten of Pentacles. Clarifying right now between the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Wands reversed is, yeah, there's a lot of thinking today. Today is going to be a very pensive day, I think, for a lot of people, because while we see all these new opportunities around For feminines, again, there is this focus on this masculine energy that may not be communicating, or you may not be able to trust. And you're really weighing your options. Like, you're looking at what's available to you in this, like, in this new place you find yourself, but your mind keeps returning back to this masculine energy and like ruminating over it. So we see the fact that there is going to be a continual work that needs to be happening around this. For masculine energy, it's really trying to figure out what to do. It's kind of it's this vibe right now. Masculine energy has a lot of options available to them right now, but they're not necessarily really pleased with any of them. You know, they don't know what to do, and they're kind of sitting there waiting to try to figure out the best thing to do as it relates to how to come forward in King of Cups energy. Like, how do I do that? How do I communicate to this person the way that they need me to communicate, in a way? Even while everything, you know, from a life perspective is working pretty well around them, this is still something that's weighing heavily on their minds. Okay, clarifying right now between the King of Wands reversed and that 10 of Wands. Just this desire to just get out of, just move away from it. Just move away from the King of Wands. Like, get away from the King of Wands. Like, did I say pensive today? Did I say reflection point? Here it is, Hermit. So this King of Wands right now, you know, there is that desire to move. There is that lack of communication, especially from the masculine. Masculine's using this time to really go inward and try to figure out what they want. They're not sure how to proceed. They're not sure where they want to go. They're trying to figure out a way to communicate, and they're kind of at a loss right now. So they're just kind of sitting in their hermitage. For the feminine energy, it's a fact that, like, you know, the feminine has not heard from this masculine, and they are pretty much at a point where they realize it's hard, but they feel like they need to move on, as difficult as it is. They can't wait around forever. And they're also kind of being silent right now, just kind of waiting and trying to get some insight as to what's going on with that masculine energy. Bearing in mind that's not based on gender, but what you feel aligned to. They're just waiting for insight, really. Okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to clarify down to 3. Thank you guys so much for the likes and the shares and the follows. I really appreciate it. Clarifying between, wow, this crazy energy of the Sun and the King of Cups, both with like swords behind them. So these are the new, this is like the new energy coming in for feminine, but like also the sadness around the new energy coming in. It's like bittersweet right now is what we're really seeing. So clarifying between those energies is, got 2 cards again. You know, feminine is ready to move forward, a little older, a little wiser. I mean, this is everybody. Like, there is a vibe right now of, you know, but it's also like a resistance to moving forward is what we're seeing. Like, you know, there is something really here, like there isn't the desire to move forward, but there feels like someone feels forced to move forward because they just don't know how to make something work. Just don't know how to make it work. You know, everybody was kind of hoping for a win here. They just want to be happy, but they want things to be happy in like old connections. They want to be able to have an energy around them that like can make room for their emotions without causing pain. But you know, there's this deep reluctance to move away from where they are. There's still a deep reluctance. And that's also like what's kind of acting as a block right now. And it's like it's almost like nobody's doing anything today or getting anything done in this direction because nobody wants to take that step away, if you will, you know? Everyone's trying to be very careful too as they proceed. And they try to figure out like how to make something work that's not working, you know? All right, clarifying right now between this King of Cups right now and this 3 of Cups. Wow, yeah, here's the thing, you know, and again, this is going to be a little different for masculine and feminine. For masculine right now, you know, masculine's trying to come into a place where they can be emotionally centered, and they're trying to figure out how to like emotionally communicate or find a way to communicate. They're not sure what to do. They're kind of waiting and hoping for insight. And unfortunately for a lot of masculines right now, they might just like, they might be doing what masculines often do, which is like channeling a lot of this emotionality that they can't figure out into more carnal pursuits. Into trying to find like a way to just move forward from like a physical passion perspective instead of dealing with the emotionality that they're feeling or trying to balance this out. For the feminines right now, you know, I feel like this is an energy with like a feminine being in a place where, you know, they're seeking this like emotional connection with masculine and trying to get away from anything that's caused them pain. And they're analyzing their options, and also kind of a desire just to kind of like have that physical connection there. I got to point out to everybody right now, if you're looking for an emotional connection and you're like seeking down a physical connection, like that might be the first problem. I just got to point that out, guys. That's what's happening here, right? Everyone's like, oh, my feelings are hard. Why don't I just work on something else that's hard in a different way? If you want, like not as difficult to deal with is what I meant. What were you meaning? Gee, if you want, like not as difficult to deal with is what I meant. What were you meaning? Jeez, get your head out of the gutter. So yeah, we're seeing here. There's a lot of desire. There's a lot of kind of frustration in the air on this in terms of trying to decide how to move forward. But more than anything, just there is that need to take action. Everybody's waiting for that action to be taken. Clarifying, like between the Four of Cups and the Hermit. So trying to decide what to do and trying to be quiet with insight. There, and then this is going to hit different with masculine or feminine. Masculine is suffering right now because he feels like feminine is turned away from him. Masculine feels like feminine has just completely turned their back on him. That is what they're waiting for insight on. They're not sure what to do about it. They're not sure how to get this feminine back on their side. There's a lot of anxiety around this, and there's a lot of pain. They just don't know what to do. For feminine, it's the fact that like there's this waiting that's happening. And even as they're waiting, feminine's waiting for something else. And that's why they're kind of being slow and methodical, because feminine's not really feeling like in a mood where they're feeling particularly like loving or, empathetic right now. Because there is something about feeling kind of, cold and disinterested with the options that are before them. And that's why we're seeing this like desire for like solitude, over insight. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, clarifying. We're going down to 3 cards. Clarifying between this Fool reversed. So this like reluctance to move forward and this page of this Ace of Wands in reversal. A lot of you guys are like reconsidering. You're reconsidering something because even though something wasn't working, you still want it. And you're trying to change your mind. You're thinking about changing your mind about something you change your mind on, You're just going back and you're trying to find a better way for things to be. You're trying to think about something else. You're trying to reconsider. You're having a moment of reconsideration here. So that's definitely coming through today as well. Today might be a day some of you are really thinking about whether you like made the right choice or whether you want to proceed the way you are. There is this block today where people are stuck between the old path and the new path. Whoop, there it is. The card already dropped. Clarifying, right to the floor. Clarifying between the desire to have something happen and not feeling in the mood to have anything happen, particularly, or the desire for masculine for a feminine that they feel doesn't want them anymore, is there's a desire here for a happy outcome. There really is. There is a deep desire here for a happy outcome on this. Nobody wants to leave this situation. Everybody, masculine and feminine, really kind of desire for there to be some kind of happy way forward. And there is kind of this held hope around this to a certain extent, that there might still be some path forward that leads to a happy conclusion. So that's where we see these really powerful cards together. The reconsideration with the Judgment reversed and the happy conclusion with the 10, with the second 10 card coming out. Lots of 10 cards we've been receiving. Lots of cycles changing. Can I get one more card, please, to clarify what the final result of today will be? Final outcome? Oh my goodness. You guys are going to hate me. I'm just the messenger, folks. This energy isn't going to change today. It's going to be the mode for today. Because what do we have here between the reconsidering and the desire for happy outcome? 2 of Pentacles. So being caught in that midway point still. unable to move forward, unable to go back, holding the space, trying to find a way forward, trying to find a way to create balance, reconsidering what's occurred to find that path forward. So there's going to be a lot of holding energy today. It's going to feel hairy. I'm going to be honest. It's a hairy emotion. The Two of Pentacles is not the best card to end the day on, because it feels like you're pulling off a balancing act that, like, yes, you can do, but it's not comfortable. It's not something that you want to do, which is why I think a lot of you are reconsidering your choices right now, because it's like you're really asking yourself, like, do I enjoy what I'm doing right now? Is this what's bringing me pleasure? Is this what's bringing me happiness? And that's what's really leading you to, like, really reconsider the way you've been doing things. I will give you bottom of the deck in this, so something to keep in mind as you move forward. King of Pentacles reversed. Going to hit a little different depending if you're masculine or feminine energy right now. For masculine energy, just feeling really ungrounded. We've got two, there's a need for balance here. There's a need for security. I think masculine really realizes that there's something about their life right now that feels very thrown into chaos. And there's this deep need for that grounding, and to try to find that, that grounding. For a lot of masculines right now, I even feel like they're like just kind of looking at trying to find this within to a certain extent. Because I think that whatever's happened has really made them realize, like, what is off balance in their life. And for feminine, it's really just feeling like, the frustration of having a lot of masculine energy in their life that they don't feel is creating that stability for them, and feeling this, like, frustration at masculine energy for not being the support system, the grounding support system that they're hoping to find in that energy. Well, not the easiest reading, but guys, we're in eclipse season. It's not the easiest day. I just want to thank all of you who've tuned in for the collective reading today. Just a reminder that I am available for private readings if you'd like to get more into what we saw here. You can book a private reading on my website, GraceDrega.com. Please remember, if you book, it's a 2-step process. You have to schedule the reading, and then you have to book. You have to pay. You have to do both if you would like your reading. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok channel and you book a reading, you can take 10% off of any of my services. Just mention your TikTok subscriber ID when you pay. Please remember that subscriptions are different than follows. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. You guys are amazing. I always enjoy starting my days here with you. And I will see you tomorrow, both for the collective reading in the morning, and then later in the afternoon. And then on Wednesday, we'll be doing the tarot astrology for the week. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.